What's up, my fellow rock and rollers? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day today. Today's video is going to be a review of a Norwegian film that came out on Netflix a few years ago. Actually, I think it's the first Norwegian film I've seen, frankly, and I gotta say...
Well, gentlemen, you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Let's get right into it. The film we are going to be talking about today is Troll, or Norwegian monster movie that was released on Netflix on December 1st, 2022. The plot, per Wikipedia, follows as such. It tells the story of a ragtag group of people who must come together to stop an ancient giant troll that has awakened in a Norwegian mountain and prevented it from wreaking havoc. The film is directed by I'm gonna butcher all these names. Roar Uthog, written by Espen Aken, I think is how you pronounce it. My apologies. And starring Ine Marie Wilman, Kim Falk, Mads Sigurd Pedersen, and Garby Eidvoids. I know I just butchered all those names, so my apologies to all those people. Now that we have the plot out of the way, it's time to answer the big question. Is the movie good? Short answer? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna be honest, it's not groundbreaking by any means, it's just a super fun and entertaining kaiju movie. I remember seeing this back in 2022 when it first came out, and I didn't really remember any of it because the conditions in which I watched it in weren't the best, how you say. That being, I watched it with other people in the room and they were not into the movie as much and doing other things, such as talking over basically the whole movie, and it distracted me from reading the subtitles, so I could not focus, sadly. Thankfully, since there's a sequel coming out real soon, at the time of this video's recording, I think the release date is less than a week and maybe even a couple days, I decided to go back and watch the first film to get a better gauge on it. By myself this time. Like I mentioned earlier, the film is good. The main question I had in my mind going into it was the curiosity as to how another country would portray a kaiju movie. Sure, there's tons of kaiju movies here in America and countries like Japan, but I can't really think of one where it was made by and set in a Scandinavian country. This one being Norway in this case. And I gotta say, Norway did a pretty good job for their first big budget monster movie. The plot is your basic monster film plot where a creature appears and a group of characters have to team up to find a way to stop it and save the day. Nothing new here, nothing new to the monster genre, which is okay. This film doesn't need to be new or groundbreaking. Our main character, Nora, is a paleontologist who specializes in older fossils of creatures that have come before, and she's pretty good. The actress does what she needs to do. Same with the other actors in the movie. Each character does what the script calls for. The dad is the comic relief, but is the only one who might know what the creature is, where it comes from. The scenes between him and Nora and the other two characters, the military guy and then I guess you call him the political assistant dude, are all good. Each character does what they have to do. It's super fun watching them figure out what's going on and what this thing is and where it come from, how to stop it. Those are always the best parts in monster movies, in my opinion, aside from, the monsters. The main thing people came here to see is the actual troll monster. When I first saw the poster, I got taken back by how the troll looks. Granted, I'm not well versed in troll lore as to where they come from, myths surrounding them, how they look, why they look that way. After seeing the movie, I dig the design. I like how he looks ancient and not from our current timeline, which makes sense story-wise. I could be wrong, but it looks like his skin is made up of rocks that allow him to blend in with the mountains of Norway. Or maybe it's an outer layer of protection because in some scenes it looks like he actually has skin underneath some of the rocky parts on his body. The one big thing I noticed, and I'm wondering if anyone else noticed it, is it just me, or does the troll take heavy inspiration from Kong in 2017's Kong Skull Island? I mean, just look at the two side by side. It could be a stretch given that they're both upright creatures in their design and very similar, with the shorter legs and longer arms, but I really do think the creative team took a look at how Kong looked in that movie and tweaked it a bit to make it fit into their world. Such is the case in that the troll has a tail and Kong does not. It's not just the design. You can clearly tell they took more inspiration from Skull Island than just the design. You can tell from the poster, not identical, but it's similar enough to where you go, oh, cool, it looks like the Kong poster. There's a scene where the troll eats a military guy that looks straight up identical to a scene where Kong did it in his movie. That was pretty cool. The main one I noticed is the helicopter scene at the playground which has so many callbacks to the scene where the military and audience first meet Kong in his movie. There were so many shots during this scene you could tell the director said, hey, remember that scene from Kong Skull Island? I want to do something like this, tweak this, do this, yeah. Now, I'm not hating or accusing Troll or the creative team of stealing anything or anything like that. I think it's cool when movies, especially movies from other countries, take notes and pay homage to movies from other countries. It really shows how movies are a universal art form and have a language all to themselves. There's more I could talk about and go more in depth on, but that would be delving into spoilers, which I don't want to do with this video. Now, like I mentioned earlier, is Troll a groundbreaking Oscar-winning movie? No. And it wasn't trying to be, and it doesn't need to be. It's a fun kaiju adventure film, and it knows it. It delivers on what it promises and gives the audience what they came here to see. There are some aspects of the film which I wish they would have gone more in depth with a little bit, such as the whole Christianity aspect with the trolls and why they don't like it, but that's just a tiny nitpick. Go watch the film for yourselves and see what you think. I'm really excited to see what they do with the sequel. The trailer doesn't show much, but you can tell they expand on the lore a bit more. Obviously, the biggest point being there's 2 trolls this time around, so that's going to be cool to see how they interact with each other and why there's 2. The first film does have some flaws and is not perfect by any means, but as a big budget monster film from a country who I believe is their first time doing a movie like this, it came out really good. The film has piqued my interest into Norwegian cinema, and I can't wait to see what else they do in this genre or any genre, frankly. With that being said, guys, go watch Troll on Netflix and gear up to watch the sequel, which comes out December 1st of this year, so only a few days away.